This is Ken Smith reminding you it happened today, May 1st, but the year was 1931. The Empire State Building opens in New York City. It was on this day, May 1st, 1936, when Italy invades Ethiopia. It was on this day, May 1st, 1939, Batman first appears in Detective Comics number 27. It was on this day, May the 1st, 1941, that the greatest movie ever made, considered by many movie critics, Citizen Kane, directed by Orson Welles, premieres in New York City. It was on this day, May 1st, 1943, that food rationing begins in the United States during World War II. It was also on this day, May 1st, 1952, Mr. Potato Head is introduced. It was on this day, May 1st, 1961, Fidel Castro announces there will be no more elections in Cuba. It was on this day, May 1st, 1963, that James Whittaker will become the first American to summit Mount Everest. But that was May the 1st in the past. This is May the 1st, 2020. And in more than 40% of households in New Jersey, at least one person is out of work because of the pandemic, according to a Monmouth University poll. A staggering 858,000 residents have filed for unemployment. Fulfill, a food bank that serves Monmouth and Ocean counties in Jersey, has begun offering a new way to help people access emergency food. Users simply text the words "find food" and are matched with their zip code to the 3 nearest food pantries. New York City, the publishers of the New York Post, the last remaining daily tabloid, announced that business has been drastically disrupted. The publisher announced that the company will take significant cost-cutting measures to keep the publication afloat. Copenhagen, Denmark, will be the first country in Europe to reopen its primary schools. In addition to practicing social distancing and regular hand washing, class size is limited to 10 students, and the classes must be held outdoors as much as possible. In China, students returned to primary school. The pupils were encouraged to create and wear their own homemade physical distancing hats. They have long extensions on either side, like wings, to keep them at least 3 feet apart from each other, which is the required distance for separation in China. The virus is changing the world in unprecedented ways. Bogota, Colombia, it's now estimated about 100 million people living in cities worldwide will likely fall into poverty due to the pandemic. And in the face of all this, the United States Air Force's X-37B space plane will soon be taking off from Earth for 2 years of technical study, primarily non-military, but also it can be used in wartime should any enemy tamper with outer space. And so we live in a day of continued news, some good, some bad, some we're not quite sure what to do with it. This is a day like virtually every other day of our lives. How do we see it? Do you see it as this is the day that the Lord has made? We will rejoice and be glad in it. This is Ken Smith reminding you it happened today, May 1st, 2020.